They say the blues were born right here in the Delta of Mississippi. In this wide, flat land where music and memory linger in the air, another rhythm runs through the fields, the steady pulse of the Canadian National. Its tracks pierce through the Delta, interrupting the overall quiet life of locals. Such is the case just after sunrise in Yazoo City. A mixed freight with some old but gold motive power on the lead is seen making its way southbound towards Jackson and beyond. The first two motors are classic SD70s of Illinois Central heritage. These two are running on native rails and still fit in, with the trailing still sporting that well-known Death Star paint. It is Saturday, November the 8th, and it's one of the busiest times of the year for the Yazoo Subdivision. Today, we will be seeing several grain unit trains to accommodate this year's harvest, along with the usual general mixed freight and intermodal. Within the Delta resides some of the most fertile soil in North America. Cotton, soybeans, corn, and more, the lifeblood of the Delta, drawn from the earth every year. We've worked our way north from Yazoo City, and we find ourselves in Sidon for a pair of incoming southbounds. Unit grain train G886 will be ordered by dispatch to diverge into the siding. Amtrak City of New Orleans is not far behind and will be running around the grain in order to stay on schedule for its next stop in Yazoo City. With only a short time frame before Amtrak will barrel towards us at 70 miles an hour, we position to the opposite side of Sidon. While the city of New Orleans often sees newer Charger locomotives leading, today, aging P42 number 57 has the reins. With Amtrak well ahead now, G886 is now trekking along to the next siding at Kruger. CN 8013 was among the first batch of EMD SD70M-2s ordered by the railway. This first batch was delivered in the mid-2000s and the only set to feature the high headlights. The Dash 2s are essentially identical to the SD70 ACE model, with the exception of featuring DC traction. This set of grain hoppers is brand new, being built earlier this year in August and September. Not a single bit of graffiti or grime on the entire set. A rare sighting in the industry these days. Our train will be taking the siding at Kruger to await Hotshot Intermodal Train Q195. It is a daily northbound running between New Orleans and Chicago. Aside from Amtrak, Q195 and its southbound counterpart are the highest priority trains on the line. Q195 is clear, so G886 will continue its journey southbound. After this, we would part ways with the grain train and take a break. After grabbing lunch in Greenwood, we ventured back down to Sidon. The grain traffic would continue to show up as this northbound empty is seen cutting through the barren fields. Dash 9 locomotive 2723 is leading another SD70M-2 through the Delta. The later afternoon would find us exploring the Yazoo sub north of Greenwood. To the southwest of the town limits of Phillip, we intercept yet another grain train bound for the Gulf. The trailing motor provides quite the contrast against standard CN paint. This is one of the former City Rail leaser ES44ACs. While they saw extensive leases along BNSF rails in the 2010s, they have since been outright purchased and absorbed into the Canadian national roster. As this grain train keeps moving it south, another southbound is right on its tail. M302 is making its way to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, after beginning its morning in Memphis, Tennessee. A foreign visitor of the BNSF is leading the charge. At Control Point South Money, both of the previous southbounds are stopped and waiting for a northbound. This empty coal train is coming up from the Gulf Coast, and it will have these hoppers loaded up north for a return trip down. To wrap up this video, we leapfrogged ahead of the grain train with the X-City Rail second, as the Mississippi sun cast down gorgeous golden light before setting. I hope that you have enjoyed our results from a day on Canadian National's Yazoo Subdivision. If you did, consider leaving a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. But until the next time, my friends, I will be seeing you somewhere out there along the rails, and as always, thanks for watching.
Snakes ain't always in the grass.